Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And we'll wait for a few folks to come on and get their notices. Here we go. Catherine, you are number one today on the hit parade. Good morning to you. Okay. And Zian, bonjour. And Nativity, good morning. Andrea, how are you? Kevin, John, Elgin, Illinois, Milica, Rosa, Montreal, and Cecilia from Sudbury, Lennon, Judy, I know where, Edmonton, Alberta, Natalia, Toronto, Francine, Thunder Bay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jane, how are you? Sandra, good morning. And Vashti from Windsor. Yvonne, how are you? Judy. And Millie, Port Perry. Wanda, love it, Ridgeway. Vince, good morning. Nancy, Kapuskasing. Serpa, good morning. It's snowing, Serpus, out in Dowling. Marla, how are you? Leela, Vince, Diane, Thunder Bay, Kevin. Kevin, I don't know why you're not coming up right at the start, my friend. Diane from Ottawa, Linda, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Bonnie, Karen, Little Britain, and Jane, good morning. Good to have you on. Christine, how is you? And Jean. And Margaret, good morning. Good morning. Faye, nice to have you on. Dave, good morning. Brahim, my friend from Portland, Oregon. Carol, Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Chantal, Yolande, bonjour. Wanda, Virginia. Sylvia, good morning. Leanne, Thunder Bay. Susan, Cape Breton. Maureen, good morning. And we appreciate you from Penticton, BC. Jocelyn Sue, Manitoulin Island. And she's saying she misses Florida. Yeah. Rhonda, good morning. And Biniam, how are you? Jerry from Nouveau-Brunswick, bonjour. Anna, Mo, Elizabeth. Okay. Kathy. And Doc McEwen, I was waiting on you, Ange, to come on. How are you? Giselle. Okay. Brahim says our notifications. I don't know how any of that works. Catherine, Renee, Jocelyn from Baxter. Okay, guys. Al, how are you? I want to scream. I want to scream. You know when I say stuff gives me a migraine? I got a triple migraine when I read this yesterday. Triple. And it's a follow-up a little bit what we talked about yesterday too. But listen to this. This is a news release. You know what's coming to not a theater near you, but a grocery store near you? Kit Kat cereal. Kit Kat cereal. Guys, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. General Mills is coming out with Kit Kat cereal, arriving at least in the United States by the middle of May. Guys, a chocolate bar for breakfast. Now, I had to go read the label because they're not even couching it. Like, there's nothing in there that's any good for kids, okay? 63 grams of carbs and sugars per serving. Yeah, you know what I used to say? If you have an oatmeal or whatever, you might as well have a chocolate bar. I meant that, guys. And here we are with Kit Kat cereal coming to a theater near you. I can't get over it. It almost stopped me yesterday in my tracks when I read it. Man. But, let me, in fairness, okay, to the ones I like to pick on, here's Honey Nut Cheerios. So, Honey Nut Cheerios. With a big heart on the box. Okay? And let's compare that to Kit Kat cereal. What did I tell you? 63 grams. Okay? So every teaspoon, you got 4 grams. Okay? So 63 grams in Kit Kat cereal, carbs, sugars. Honey Nut Cheerios must be good because it's got whole grains and honey and nuts. 73 grams. Yikes. Of carbs and sugars. Nutri-Grain. 25% of it is sugar. 25%, a quarter of it is sugar. Guys, you know who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for people that get duped. Because if it's in this cereal section, I'm not saying everybody that goes by there thinks that's good for you, but I'm going to tell you something. I feel sorry for parents who are choosing that. I feel more sorry for the kids. But they choose that because it's cheap compared to, maybe other things that they're thinking of for breakfast. And, cereal companies are not stupid. Imagine marketing. They're coming right out now. They're coming out of the closet to tell you what they're really about. And like I said yesterday, food companies, okay, I hate to break it to you, they just don't care about your health. And proof of the pudding is they bring out a cereal called Kit Kats after their famous chocolate bar. You might as well have it for breakfast. Guys, I don't know what to say anymore. It's just like they stick it in your face, and I guess, what are we supposed to do about it? People eat that stuff. Listen, folks, you're in the minority. My audience knows better. But here we are, that I even have to talk about it. So, again, what a world we live in. Oh, my word, my word, my word. I never thought I would see the day that a cereal company wouldn't even try and couch what they're doing. You know, usually like you say, Honey Nut Cheerios, it's all whole grain and honey must be good for you. Honey's good, right? Oh, anyway, I had to tell you about it because I get a headache. I had to tell you about my headache. Okay? Now, listen to this, okay? Came out yesterday. Okay? Study. It's something that we knew, but probably didn't think it was as bad, okay? Tumor cells. Okay? Tumor cells. Cancer cells. Listen to this. Use 200 times more glucose than healthy cells. Tumor cells use 200 times more glucose than normal cells. Now, can you imagine when you're eating about, 10 teaspoons of sugar in cereal, these poor kids, they don't have a chance. Their insulin goes crazy to take sugar out of the bloodstream because it can't park there. Wow. Tumor cells. You know, we had a little, I'm not going to say an argument, okay? I'm not going to say it was an argument because I saw something on our private Facebook group the other day and just, like Dr. Martin, like people don't line up with you, your guru friends and all this and that. They keep telling us that red meat is no good for you. And why are you out there as an exception? Really, that's what they were saying. And I took exception to it. Like, I usually, I just let my audience do it usually, but I couldn't help myself. Because red meat gets vilified, okay? Because red meat is acidic. And red meat feeds cancer. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. First of all, it's not acidic. Red meat's not acidic. Your body has a buffering system. Is a tomato acidic? Yeah. Is it good for you? Yes. Because it doesn't stay acidic. And besides, you need a lot of acid to break down food. So acid isn't bad if it's in the right places, like your stomach. Okay? But food, the only thing that your body can't neutralize is sugar. And if you don't believe that, why do we see so much acid reflux today? Why is it like, people are living on the purple pill and Prilosec and Nexium and all these proton pump inhibitors? Why is it like that is a cash cow for Big Pharma? Cash cow. Because here's what it is. Eat what you like and we'll take care of the acid reflux for you. Have as much pizza as you want. Have as much Kit Kat cereal as you want, and we'll take care of the acidity. Your body, your stomach, your pH in your stomach is meant to eat steak. It's meant to eat it. If you don't, Use it or lose it. You're going to lose your acidity in your stomach. And your body will react to that by making more acidity by your proton pumps. And what they'll do, the problem is, that will send it up to your esophagus. And today we have literally an epidemic today of low acidity in people's stomachs because they're eating the wrong food. Your body is made, your stomach is made with a very, very low pH, very acidic. It's a furnace, my friend, or at least it should be. A cow has high pH, mean alkaline. Why? Because they eat grass. Cows eat grass, so you don't have to. Cows eat salad, so you don't have to. They eat salad, so you can eat their steak. Yeah. I know that's not popular. I know it's not popular. But it's the truth. You're not meant to live on salads. Why is that? Well, your pH isn't meant for it. A cow's got 4 stomachs. And they don't have a lot of acidity. They don't need it. They're smart. They eat grass. You're not a cow. You're not a rabbit. I tell people that for almost 50 years. How can steak be acidic? It's not acidic. Who told you that? See, that's why I get uptight, guys. It's not acidic. It doesn't feed cancer. It doesn't give you heart disease. Everything it's vilified for. Oh, look at the saturated fat. Well, saturated fat's actually a good fat. You know why? Doesn't oxidize. It's satisfied fat. Doesn't oxidize. Eat the fat. You're meant to. Honestly, you're meant to. Okay? And I know, it's not a popular theme today. Well, it really hasn't been for the last 30 or 40 years. Do you know that consumption of red meat is down something like 30-40% now, compared even into the 1980s? You say a lie long enough and people will believe it. If the cereal companies put out a cereal, people, just generally, they know nothing about nutrition. Doctors know nothing about nutrition. Dietitians know nothing about nutrition. It's moderation, Dr. Martin. We can't live without sugar. Sure you could. Sure you could. If you never had another ounce of sugar, you'd do fine. Now, I'm not suggesting you're going to do it. Right? If you're a diabetic, you have an allergy to sugar. Why do you think they called it sugar diabetes? My dad taught me that, 1968. Son, I'm a sugar diabetic. Oh, okay. Means you like sugar? Yeah, I might like it, my dad said, but it don't like me. I can't have it anymore. What? I can't. I don't eat sugar anymore. Wow. And then a few years later, I get to school. I took 2,000 hours undergraduate of nutrition, and they were telling me moderation. They were telling me that diabetics need to eat frequently, and they need carbs. And I go, yeah, my dad told me that's not true because it's sugar diabetes. But you see, even in those days, the cereal companies were influencing my education. Even in those days, the food industry, who got their raison d'etre from the tobacco industry, and they learned how to hook people. And they kept telling us that butter was bad, even in the 70s. Listen, butter's bad, margarine is better. Butter is bad, and Crisco is better. Bacon and eggs are bad, and our cereals are better. They have fiber. Fiber, Dr. Martin, fiber. Oh, that's overrated. Oh, a new study. Let me just get it out. I just read it on the weekend. New study in Nature. Nature magazine published this study. You know me, I like those words. Ditch. What do I tell you about dairy? Don't ditch dairy. Don't ditch it. Switch it. You like that? Don't ditch dairy, switch it. Don't drink grocery store milk. Okay? Don't go to the grocery store to get your milk. Go to the farmer and milk the cow yourself. Okay? Now, I'm serious. Okay? Because by the time milk gets to the grocery store, it ain't good for you. That's why I like cream. Because that's the 1950s milk. Okay? No, but I'm serious about that. But don't ditch, okay? Don't ditch dairy, switch it. Now, let me say this. Ditch fiber. Ditch it. What? I know, but here's what they're saying. Here's what the study in Nature, okay? Now, you guys, you gotta go and have almost like a service like mine to find these studies. You know why? Because nobody wants you to read them. Can you imagine the cereal companies? I mean, these are billion dollar industries. You think they want you to read a study out of Nature that says ditch fiber? Why? It causes inflammation in the bowel. Look, 90% of all fibers are insoluble. You know what that means? They're going to land up in the toilet. You don't have enzymes. I know you love your salad, but you do not have cellulase. You're not a rabbit. Cows have cellulase. Rabbits have cellulase, but you don't. And Dr. Martin, fiber. The best fiber in the world. Here's the best. Water. It's the best. Water. Yeah. People don't realize it. I used to test them for it all the time in the office. Yeah, I said, you're dehydrated. Now look, you can get constipated when your thyroid slows to a crawl. But the idea is not with a slow thyroid, where even your peristalsis, those little hairs in your bowel, which moves along the feces, it slows to a crawl. Okay? But the idea, well, you know what? I need more fiber. No, you need to get your thyroid going. Your thyroid is messed up. Well, we sent out an email today about it. That, your thyroid itself, this thing right in here, you know what? It only produces 1 teaspoon of thyroid hormone in a year. Do you think things can go wrong easily with the thyroid? You see, because your thyroid is like a puppet. It has a lot of strings attached to it. And women especially, it's complicated. Okay? Ladies, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay? You really are. But you're complicated. You got hormones. A lot of you do. It's complicated. There's a lot of strings attached to the thyroid. There's your ovaries. Direct attachment to the thyroid. See, men, we don't have ovaries. Okay? We don't. No. I know, I'm not even supposed to say that anymore. Ooh. Okay, but ladies. Okay, ladies. You look at your husband. 5% in men, they have thyroid problems. The rest is 95% women. Because cortisol, the stress hormone too, messes up the thyroid. It doesn't allow for the conversion of T4 to T3. It's that T3 that your thyroid needs to function properly. So, okay? How did I get on the thyroid? Oh yeah, we were talking about constipation. When things slow down. Okay? When things slow down. Guys, really, really, really important that you understand that. Because you're going to get inundated. You're going to get flooded. You're going to get nonsense thrown at you 24/7. And you have to be able to see behind the scenes. My job is to take you behind the scenes. Understand why the world is the way it is, and why, especially in the nutrition world, in the healthcare field, so-called, why it is like that. Why on earth would anyone want to eat Kit Kat cereal for breakfast? Anyone. Okay, when I was a kid, if you'd have given it to me, I would have eaten it. But my dad would have never allowed it. I used to tell people, there's nobody on earth that ate more steak than my father. The day he found out he was a diabetic. Nobody. I mean it. Ever. I could have a steak a day for the rest of my life. I still wouldn't catch up to my dad. And bacon and eggs. Every day, my dad had bacon and eggs in the morning. I watched that. I lived with that. And I knew it was the truth. Because like I said, he explained to me, son, I have sugar diabetes. And then in the office, I don't know for how many times. I love the urine test, okay? Because I could do your blood test and take your blood sugar. And yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. But I really like early detection. And the best was sugar in the urine. I said, see, your body is so smart. It's taking the sugar overload and you're peeing it out. That's how smart your body is. But I'm going to tell you something. You, okay, I'd look them right in the face, right in the eyeballs. I said, you are a diabetic. Oh, doc, no. My doctor said no. My blood sugar, and I said, yeah. You are. You are. You're spilling sugar in your urine. And you're on the Titanic. And you already hit the iceberg. It's time to jump in the lifeboat. Okay? I had bacon and eggs this morning, and sausage too. That's a breakfast of champions. Absolutely. There's nothing better. Well, I guess if you could have steak and eggs, would be even better. Okay. Guys, okay, I got questions. We'll do that maybe tomorrow. I have the questions that I didn't get to. And let's get some new questions in for Friday's question and answer session. Okay? And if you're not a member of the private Facebook group, please join us. And guys, if you're not getting notices for the Facebook Live, just get on your Facebook, go to if you're a member of the private Facebook group, just go there at 8:30 in the morning and we post that right there. Okay? You can go to martinclinic.com, but you can go to our private Facebook group if you're a member and just get in there and it'll come on. We post it there. Okay? Because some of you are not getting notices from Facebook. And I have no control over that. We have no control over that. Okay? Okay, guys. We love you. Talk to you soon.